It is the first Brazilian-produced film to score an Academy Award, in this case, International Feature Film. But it was also nominated for Best Picture and Best Actress, for which Fernanda Torres did win a Golden Globe. Let's talk I'm Still Here. Hey guys, Dan here. This is Dan Reviews It. Welcome to my spoiler-free review for I'm Still Here, the Oscar-winning film, a first for a Brazilian production, and deservedly so. This is a harrowing tale and one not to be missed. So before we get into the specifics here of I'm Still Here, let me welcome you back to Dan Reviews It. If you are a subscriber already to the channel, thank you so much for that. Love having you guys return and check out my videos. But if you're not, please consider subscribing and click that notification bell too so you get the alerts for all my new drops. And I do try to post something just about every day, so there's always a lot to check out here on the channel. And of course, if you could like this video, share it on your socials, and comment below. That does wonders for the channel as well. All right, so boy, I'm Still Here. What a powerhouse of a movie. So this is based on not only a true story, but more specifically, a memoir from 2015, also called I'm Still Here, and from one of the family members of this family, the Palvas. And yeah, this is based entirely on a true story and his recounting of it. And essentially, we have Fernanda Torres here as a mother and activist who is dealing with the forced disappearance of her husband, a politician named Rubens, during the military dictatorship in Brazil. And, you know, we meet him, you know, briefly in the beginning of the movie, and then within a couple of scenes, he is taken without, you know, any sort of explanation. And at first, you know, oh, we're going to take him for questioning, and she soon realizes that there is a lot more to it than that. So boy, oh boy. Well, this was directed by someone who I was unfamiliar with, but I knew a little bit of his work, Walter Salles. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but he directed The Motorcycle Diaries back in the early 2000s, and that was a very, very critically acclaimed film. It actually did get an Oscar nomination, not for international film, but he got nominated for Best Screenplay for that movie. It's one I have not seen, but I've certainly always heard about it, and if it's anything like this, then I definitely want to check it out. And the performance here, Fernanda Torres, oh my God. Look, it was a pretty stacked category this year at the Oscars. Obviously, Best Actress was, you know, likely to go to either Mikey Madison, who did win, or Demi Moore was sort of the odds-on favorite. But, you know, I would have been very, very happy with a Fernanda Torres win in this category. I think, look, all three of these actresses gave us great performances. You know, as did, look, Cynthia Erivo was nominated for Wicked. She gave a great performance. But, look, Fernanda Torres' performance is one of the most heart-wrenching and harrowing performances I've seen in such a long time. I mean, these other ladies did great, but just all of the restraint and nuance of this performance is what made it such a home run. I mean, I'm not going to say it's easy to do a performance where you're over the top and screaming and everything. You know, that certainly can take it out of you as well. And I think, look, Mickey Madison did have a performance like that in Anora, which was great for what that character needed. But here, you had this mother who is trying to keep it all together, not only for her own sanity, but for her children. This is a big family, and she's trying to sort of keep everything that's happening from her kids, but at some point has to be realistic and say, okay, well, what do we really have to tell them here? And this is a woman on the edge, just trying to keep it all together. And I won't even go into detail about some of the things that happen to her character and her family in the film, because I want you to watch it. We don't really do spoilers here for new movies on the channel. So I'm not even going to go into that, but there are so many facets and aspects to this character that just go on the screen with just a glance, or just you have to kind of like know what she's thinking from this wonderfully powerful like expression on her face. This was an excellent performance. And look, it was certainly a long shot to win her Best Actress at the Oscars, but her great job was not unnoticed with her Golden Globe win for Best Actress in a Drama. Well deserved there. But look, this movie is more than just her performance. So let's talk about some of the other positives here. You have all of these kids who each really do, even though they don't get a ton of screen time, except maybe, the oldest certainly does, maybe the oldest too. But all of these characters seem very full, very lived in, and they're not just side characters in the Fernanda Torres show as the mother. No, all of these characters seem very authentic and not one note either. They seem very fleshed out, even those with pretty limited time on the screen. And then we move forward at the end to not really present day, but most of this movie takes place way in the past, decades in the past. So I think the closing scene might be in the early 2000s, something like that. I don't know, but in any event, we flash forward a bit and we see what has happened to the remaining characters, and that was a wonderful sort of point on it. And then, of course, since it is a real story, over the credits we see the real people. But I really liked having sort of that button at the end, that big, nice family scene where we sort of, yes, we could have just gotten the rundown of, okay, here's what this person did and this person did, and here's what happened to him and her. But I really like that the filmmaker took that extra step to sort of dramatize that as well, because I think, we spend so much time sort of holding our breath in this movie that it is nice to be able to exhale at certain points. Boy, this is really one of the best films of the year. I highly recommend it. If you're watching this shortly after I'm recording it, I believe they are releasing it into theaters more wide after it won Best International Feature. So you could check it out over the next couple weeks, perhaps in a theater. But certainly one to watch at some point. I'm Still Here. I leave it with an A. It's probably in my top 5 films of the year. Definitely recommended. Glad that it won Best International Feature at the Oscars. All right, well, that will do it. Thank you so much for watching Dan Reviews It, and I'll see you next time.